Euro USD Weekly Recap from the week starting on the 27th of May, 2024. So welcome to another video with Freedom Forex Trading. Just going to recap what we saw throughout the week on Euro USD. Very minimal in terms of trades. Didn't actually take any trades on this pair throughout the week, but we'll do a recap on what we saw with price action, how it moved, as price on EU does move very, very cleanly. So leading into the week, basically what we had straight off the bat, coming into the session here, we were very, very mid-range. So coming into the week, we were inside of this bearish leg here, expecting full price to either come up, respect this high, and push down like it did, or potentially blow through that high, giving us a new bullish range, which would have sat like that. But basically what we had was on the Monday for the London session, very mid-range. There was nothing really to look at in terms of consolidations or anything like that. We had been reacting out of here, which was a really nice area to look for sells from. But given we were here when actually open for our session, it was just a little bit too awkward to be looking for sells. We didn't want to have a comeback up into this area more because the amount of liquidity sitting inside of there. So we either wanted to induce or we wanted to see price do a continuation, come down here and then look for the buy back up. But basically what we had was we did have price push through, come and induce this high. Now, we did have some bank holidays and that sort of stuff on the Monday, so that made it quite tricky. So we weren't really even looking at this pair at all, especially as we did have some big news releases in this area here, which did give us our inducement, but no ability to be able to trade it or anything like that. Now, moving forward from there. So the main issue that we were facing with looking for sells out of here, it's not that it was a bad area, it was a medium probability area because of the fact that we were in this bullish leg. Price had done this deep retracement and then started to work its way back up. There was high probability of that area getting blown through. Nonetheless, though, we were looking for sells from this IFC at the top. Just unfortunately, nothing arose in terms of positions. In terms of sells, that is an area that you could look to place a swing position on, potentially even splitting that area in half if you want to take that sort of approach and sell it from there. Would have been a really nice clean trade. You wouldn't have stayed in drawdown for very long at all if you did go off that area, and you would have voluntarily had a very profitable trade. However, setting a sell limit off here is not what I do, and I do see it as something that's a bit higher risk. However, it is definitely a strategy that I know some people do trade. From there, we did have price come down and break this low. After the break of that low, we did try to catch a buy back up in this area here, targeting the inducement of all of this, mitigation of here, and then the sell back down. Just nothing arose in terms of opportunities to be able to catch that. Same sort of thing as we came into our London session on the Wednesday. Price wasn't in a bad spot. If price had have pushed up a little bit, selling at somewhere inside of here or even at the top up here was very clean. But we didn't unfortunately get price do a deep pullback. It just did a shallow retracement, push back down with news. So there's no reason to be able to try and get into anything inside of here. We then sat inside of this range, very iffy to look for sells. Selling from here was good initially, but not getting the follow through gave this whole area a bit of a weak outlook and low probability area to be looking for a trade. Price and push down had a very big break of structure. As we were getting these little internal breaks on the way down, price was giving us good confirmations that it was going to respect this hike. But the best confirmation that it was going to respect was at the break of this, we can now work with inside of the new bearish leg. So after breaking this low, way out of session timing, the issue with trying to take a buy out of here was we didn't have any breaks or anything like that, and we weren't mitigating anything significant over to the left. So no reason to be looking for a buy there. Very, very risky trade. So nothing opened up in terms of possibilities or opportunities to be able to take a buy from here. So that was the one we had to let go by. Selling from here, very risky, given the fact that we did have lots of bullish targets in this scenario now. From there, price started to get a little bit weird in terms of the timing. Selling from here very, very late, not a bad area after the inducement of this, but so late in our day. Coming down here, Asia did mitigate this whole area, didn't love the area, didn't do much in terms of structure and wasn't much of a pullback in itself, but nonetheless, couldn't take a trade out of there. Sitting here, low area of probability to hold, was expecting for price to potentially push through here, induce that before pushing back up. but unfortunately price didn't give any sort of opportunity there. Same sort of thing for Friday. Coming into the New York session, we did have a very big inducement, almost mitigated at this point, but it was again getting on a little bit, and price not giving us the confirmations that we needed up here to be able to take a sell. And we also had a lot of news on Friday as well, which caused this big push and this melt here. So wasn't something where we could take a trade because we were dancing on either side of news. So nonetheless, price moved very cleanly throughout the week on EU. Great structure, great price action. Not great price action to trade, which is the common theme for EU. EU is a great pair to swing trade, not the best pair to day trade, but understanding its structural movements does really help when you are moving across to the other pairs that do manipulate a bit better. So you can obviously take advantage of the opportunities that do pull up there.